Okay, folkaroonies, you know what time it is. It is EOC Bellwork Countdown number 28. Yes! Here we go. All right. So at this point, you have had 4 minutes, okay, to look at, observe, read, and all of the above, okay? And so let's go over this together. It says, Jasmine supervises movie night for children at her neighborhood clubhouse the first Friday of each month. Okay. She is paid $12 for supervising and $8 per child that attends. The following graph, okay, represents the relationship between the number of children attending and her earnings. So it is very important, okay, for you guys to, regardless of what it says in the paragraph above, which sometimes basically explains what the graph is about, your ability to read the graph more than anything, I think, trumps, okay? So, there's the title, obviously, and then knowing and understanding what's written along the horizontal and vertical line. So here we have earnings in dollars and then the number of children, but then also attention to detail is super important. Why? Because you have to look at the intervals, okay, and how things are going. You can see from here, from 0 to the first interval is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's an interval of 1 each time. But then when you go from 0 to the first notch, there's 8. From 0 to 8. Okay? That's not 1, that's 8. An increase of 8 from 0 to 8. So, but there's a line in between there, an interval in between 0 and 8, which means that would be 4, right? So you know that it's going by intervals of 4. All right, so, it's really important to see those types of observations. And then we have some data here, okay, that if you were to connect the dots, would form a straight line, okay, which means we're looking at, a function here, okay? So anyway, but and that's the kind of thing that when you get any graph on the EOC that I want you to look at, read, observe, look at those details, okay? So let's look at A, okay? It says, what is the average rate of change? Okay. Circling rate of change. Everybody write down rate of change, okay? Guys, what I need you to know is that when we were talking about rate of change before, the information was presented in a what? A table, okay? So now they're asking you what is the rate of change by looking at it on a graph, okay? But what did we say the rate of change is equivalent to in the equation of a line? The slope, okay? The rate of change is the equivalent to slope. Okay, so when it says rate of change, that is your clue, that is your hint, ding, 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 that you're looking for the slope, okay, of Jasmine's earnings when the number of children that attend went from 1 to 4. Okay, so along the horizontal is the number of children. So when we went from 1 to 4, what was the average rate of change? Well, you can see, okay, that starting at the first point, okay, right here, starting at 1, we went up to, which is, we know since it's going in an interval of 4, we didn't go up 2, we went up what? 8, right? So, because it's an interval of 4, so 4, 8, okay? And then we went over 1, which these are going by ones, okay, along the x-axis here. So we went up 8 over 1. Okay, so from 1 to 4, you can see we went up 8 over 1, up 8 over 1, up 8 over 1 each time. Okay, so the 8 over 1 would simplify to what? 8. So the rate of change for A is 8. So now they're asking you what is the, okay, here we go. What is the average rate of change from 6 to 7? Well, here's 6 to 7. Okay, so go to 6. Here it is. To 7. Well, guys, really hasn't changed. From 6 to 7, we went up 8 over 1. So, the average rate of change is 8. And that's it. Fabulous. Okay, so guys, that concludes, yes, EOC Bell Work Countdown number 28. Okay, fabulous.